Now, an African proverb says, when two brothers fight to death, strangers will inherit their property. This appears to be playing out in Edo State, South Nigeria. The state government has disbanded the media crew attached to the office of the deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, with a directive to him to request the Ministry of Communication and Orientation for media coverage of activities of his office. The directive followed the incident that happened during the colloquium held to mark the 32nd anniversary of the creation of the state. Dari, we started this yesterday, and another event happened yesterday, and Philip Shaibu was stopped again from entering this particular event. Can you just put up to speed? How did you get here?
What is playing out in Edo is discouraging and disappointing. When state actors begin to use the powers of state to humiliate, push hunt, and they even threaten themselves, they are telling the people that it is not only to come and lead and serve that you have elected us, it's also to come and show how well we can use power.
That's the deputy governor making his
exit.
He's
leaving. A day earlier, he made his way in. He tried to exchange pleasantries with the governor. An ordinary security personnel blocked the deputy governor in full glare of cameras. You see, we are not making excuses for either of these two. You see, we have had this discussion, and some people begin to talk about, some people are supporting either Obaseki or Shaibu. And I say no. We are saying these two people will not be occupying those offices soon. Some other set of people will come. What will we say we have made of those offices? We are a security man. Can tell the deputy governor, you won't talk to the governor. And the governor will look up, see the exchange, and take his eye away from it. What examples are we? Vindictiveness, insulting. How will that security man look at the deputy governor when he's just with him alone tomorrow? That's the man I stopped from greeting the governor. And then, 24 hours later, he was not even allowed to be part of a state function. He was legitimately, he is legitimately elected to be part of that function. It is one of the reasons why he is the deputy governor. Anything could have happened there needing the deputy governor's attention in case the governor is unable to. But he is not there. The governor will decide that any other person is so wish will do it. What is playing out between them? Somebody said, an elderly friend said, Daddy, I saw your concern about Edo. And what I just want to tell you is, look, when two thieves go out, and after a successful looting operation, they come back with their loot. Yeah. And then it is time to share the loot. If by any error of commission or omission, they disagree on the sharing formula, he said the noise they will make will be louder than the noise they made while they were stealing. Because while they were stealing, they had to do it discreetly. But in this case, they will forget that these loots are products of criminality. He said that's what is happening in Edo, and nobody should pity either Mr. A or Mr. B. Rather, we should pray for democracy in Edo. Because the aftermath of what is happening, he said, it can be very, very dangerous for the state. And I fear that too. I fear that.
Obaseki told Edo people that he wanted to fight against godfatherism 4 years ago. And now Philip Shaibu said, you want to become the governor. And Obaseki is saying that yet that the referee has not blown the whistle. So what is happening?
You see, this issue is just the same thing that is occurring almost in every state. In the level of it and playing it in the open may not be as open as it has been. If we look at Nigeria since 1999, when we returned to democracy, how many deputy governors have succeeded their governors peacefully? We have Ganduje in Kano. But we know what is happening between them now. But at least he succeeded his principal. The same thing in Yerima was governor in Zamfara.
But the succession was not peaceful.
But
Kafi succeeded him.
Exactly. It wasn't. So now you have a situation where a governor, you cannot be a governor without having a deputy. Neither can you be a deputy without having a governor. So the process of choosing your deputy is like you are a whisker away from being the governor.
Yes.
Anything can happen to the governor, and so in that situation, it is better not to choose an idiot to be your deputy. Because anything can happen and the idiot will become the governor. Now, what exactly, in the case of Edo now, you know what will be happening, especially in the camp of Oshiomhole now. Shaibu is, I understand, is a cousin to Oshiomhole. They are very close. He rebelled against his own blood cousin to support you. Now it is his turn. Well, whether you want him to succeed you or not, he shouldn't get to this point. Why should a deputy governor be barred from attending a state function? And then, this idea is almost everywhere. We have one state house, we have one this, and we have one that. It is the governor that approves the appointments of those who are going to work with the deputy. The same way the president approves those who are going to work with the vice president. So if you find out that in such a situation, those who are working with the deputy governor now, whether they are guilty or not, by association, you have relieved them of their job. Just like that. I mean, there must be a better way to resolve this matter. And I think the elders of the party in the state should step in and bring this thing to a stop. I know shortly before we came into the studio, the deputy governor pledged his loyalty that, yes, he is loyal to the governor, but he still insists that he wants to run. There's nothing wrong in it. I mean, let everybody have a clear playing field. You said you are fighting against godfatherism. Now you are there. The same system you fought against is the same system you want to begin to operate. Why are we like this? Because in Nigeria now, people fight so-called godfatherism when it doesn't favor them. Immediately they get there, they also want to become another godfather.
But Harry, at a point in time, when they were negotiating when they exited the All Progressive Congress,
yes,
then they came to the PDP. You know, Governor Obaseki stood his ground against all odds that my deputy must come with me.
Exactly.
And my deputy must be my deputy.
Ayo.
He told the Dan Obi-led ESCO that time that, look, I will not change my deputy. I can consider every other thing to do, but not my deputy. I must come with my deputy.
So what has changed?
Thank God we were here during that period too. And I did say that anybody who sees Obaseki's action at that time has been very loyal and truthful to Shaibu was making a mistake. It is playing out now. What he was doing there was in his own interest. There were two issues. He was to drop Shaibu so that Obi's camp will produce his deputy.
Okay.
He didn't want to take that chance. He knew today, as we speak today, is at loggerheads with Obi.
Obi, yes, till tomorrow.
Obaseki is fighting on all fronts. So if he had agreed to that proposition, he will have an Obi's man right behind him.
Behind him.
That was one thing he didn't want, and that's why he resisted. it was not because of his love for Shaibu. Secondly, he knew that on that ticket at that time, quote me anyway, on that ticket at that time, Shaibu was the politician. Obaseki wasn't a politician. Shaibu was a man with the street. He was a man with the crowd.
To the extent that Oba actually warned Shaibu in the peace meeting they had.
Yes.
He singled him out to warn him.
Yes. That you are the one with the crowd. So the truth of the matter is that Obaseki had no structure. Shaibu had a very formidable structure. Shaibu has always been a politician. I recall that he passed through the ropes, the ranks.
Yeah.
It was SUG, Student Union, in his university. He became president of NANS. I recall him taking office in Bauchi in 2000. After Moses Oseke, they died. And he rose to be a legislator, state, legislator, federal. Before imagine, he was the politician on that ticket. So for those two obvious reasons, Obaseki was not going to be convinced. He would have lost the election without Shaibu on the ticket. Because Obi was going to give him somebody from Edo Central as his deputy.
Okay.
So he understood what he was.
So now that
this same governor
Obaseki is not contested.
Obaseki wanted Shaibu to run against Oshomole in Edo North in 2019. And Shaibu said no.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
Because he knew that it was going to be very difficult to run against Oshomole in Edo North and defeat Oshomole in Edo North.
That is the thing now that we have seen, that it is his own interest that he's trying to protect. Because now, how will you, a man that fought his own cousin and went along with you all the way? I mean, so Oshomole will be laughing now that you see now. You see, I told you, but
in fact, Oshomole attended the function.
And the governor invited him very well.
The exchange pleasantry.
Oh, now you are now right.
Shaibu is now an outcast.
No. I think,
but if you look at it,
yes.
If you really look at it, I don't think we should weep for my comrade. He's my comrade. He's my very close friend, and we keep talking about these issues all along. The truth of the matter is that I have a lot of respect for Shaibu in all that has happened, even what happened between him and Oshomole. His arguments were, I am a sitting deputy governor.
Yes.
Who swore an oath of allegiance to the state and the governor. Okay. Yeah. So for that, he stayed with...
from Ajibo in Ogun State.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, Paul.
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
All right.
The issue of Edo, I don't know why you are so sympathetic to these two men. In 1978, when Chief Obafemi Awolowo, there are two rebellious deputy governors then. Awolowo did not cause them. He only said that they are finished politically. And where are they today? Even in their grave. So for me, it's like you are sympathizing with youth. So for me, Yoruba say, "Entoba dale, abale lo." You don't joke with those people that have helped you. If a man denies his wife, he will pay for it. If you deny your employer, if you are disobedient, you will pay for it. So that is my good friend. Please don't sympathize with them.
I agree with you. In fact, that's exactly what I was going to say. That if Shaibu's argument then was, I opposed Oshomole because I swore to be loyal to Obaseki. Yeah. I think he should take the same stand now. He's still a sitting deputy governor. Yes. And Obaseki is still his boss.
No, this afternoon he has said so, but that does not mean he's still content.
No, Obaseki is saying it's too early to start campaigning.
Yes.
And Shaibu is saying, no.
I want to campaign.
I want to campaign.
By the time it's
November, that you say you will choose, you will decide who is going to be the...
It might be late.
It will be too late for me.
That's the argument. Why is he saying it's too late now? When Oshomole was saying Obaseki was doing this wrong. He was doing this wrong. He said, look, I swore loyalty to this man. I think that allegiance should be enough today for him to just accept whatever Obaseki said.
And what,
No, but wait.
What the whole thing?
I am only saying this based on what he said before.
The whole thing that got interesting when Oshomole now came out that APC is not.
It's not a refugee camp.
No, but you see,
It's not a refugee camp.
why should
That means Shaibu is in.
He should stay where. No, he should stay where he is.
so why should governors decide that their deputy should not step into their shoes?
I decide.
If there is anything they've seen that we haven't seen, because the shoe is.
Let me ask this question.
Okay.
Why should Obaseki have decided then that he will run with no one else but Shaibu?
But you said it earlier that the Shaibu is the.
But nobody blamed him for taking that decision. If he's now saying, look, Shaibu, you are good as deputy. That was what he said then. Very good. But he's saying now that you are not good as governor. I mean, if we respected his opinion then and said, see a good man taking a good decision for his deputy, why are we, like the last speaker said, why are we having hunchback over his decision now?
Well,
The open crisis between the governor and the deputy governor is.
Shaibu bogs himself to a corner. He bogs him. Shaibu.
so he shouldn't have supported.
No, then at that time, I will recall that I said that one man who could have reconciled Oshiomhole and Obaseki was Shaibu. I am telling you, he had all it takes then. But I think he looked critically at his political future, did some permutations, and preached his tent. If it had paid off, he will be enjoying it now. So if it is not paying off now, he gambled and he has to cash out, either positively or negatively.
To play the Godfather now.
Obaseki,
You know that is my own grouse with it. You defeated a Godfather. You now install yourself.
But what do you expect him to do? To walk away and leave the field?
No.
He only defeated a Godfather so that he can be a Godfather.
That's why politicians. That's why politicians.
I don't know the Lagos. No, it's Edo Lagos now.
That's why you can never understand with politicians.
His fight was against a Godfather standing in his way to become a Godfather. It's as simple as that.